welcome to a Brilliant Businesses podcast. My name is Nick Bryant, and I'm super pleased to be back at the Chaseley Trust today on location, and I'm with Bindu Nair, who is the Therapy Service Manager. Good morning, Bindu.
Good morning, Nick.
How are you?
Very good. And you?
Very good, thank you. Thank you so much for talking on the podcast. It's so lovely to be back here because it's such an inspirational place. We're right on the seafront, as I mentioned in the podcast before. But we're going to start by Bindu telling us a little bit about her role here. She's the Therapy Services Manager. So what does that mean, Bindu? Tell us what you do.
Okay. So as you mentioned, my name is Bindu Nair. I'm the Therapy Service Manager for Chaseley Trust. I started here last year in May. By background, I'm a physiotherapist.
Okay.
I have been working for the past 19 years as a physiotherapist. I have lots of experience working in various healthcare sectors, which could be the acute service and tertiary centers, neuro-rehabilitation units, working with young epilepsy, responsive service in Brighton. I also hold broad experience working with long-term rehabilitation care groups, as well as elderly care groups. So yeah, I hold broad experience working with different client groups, starting from young adults to elderly rehab.
Okay. And so how far does that span back? When did you start? Was it when you left school?
I got qualified in the year 2004.
Okay.
I got qualified from India. Very soon I got promoted as the team leader of neuro rehabilitation unit in India itself.
Right.
I've been there for 3 years, and then after marriage I happened to come to UK, and since then I'm working in various healthcare sectors here.
Okay. Is it different in India, in the healthcare there?
It's very, very different.
Is it?
There we have more hands-on, and again the risk assessment, the manual handling. It's mainly more hands-on, taking the more risk in your on your back rather than dealing with the client groups here.
It's different, right?
Absolutely.
It's just different.
It is. Here we have more advanced equipments like helping you with the hoist slings and having the standees, things like that. There things are limited, but it is getting progress now. Everything is getting back to normal as it should be here.
Yeah.
But when it was like 10 years ago, things were slightly different.
Yeah. I guess there must have been some progression in those 10 years.
That's right.
And you mentioned earlier that you get a bit of support from the NHS and you can draw on their resources as well.
That's right.
Even though you're private here, I guess so.
So what happened is, because we are a charity organisation, we deal with therapy-funded client groups at Chaseley Trust. But outside this, we also have strong links with the East Sussex NHS Trust, which is the Eastbourne Hospital, basically, as well as the Concourse Hospital. We often get clients from there as well. What happens is, any clinicians, they can make a referral to the neuro outpatient lead, who is Debbie Sovey, and she after triaging the referrals, she can refer them back to us if it is an appropriate client group.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically we see the residents in the morning, and then we are more open to the outpatients in the afternoons.
Okay.
Because of COVID restrictions, we are not allowed to get mixed up.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, that's still hanging around us, isn't it?
That's
unfortunately.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
So we can have clients either from Eastbourne itself, or it could be from Hastings areas. We also deal with community client groups. So sometimes patients who are having complex neurological issues.
Yeah.
Clinicians might ask us for a postural assessment. So my team is trained on postural assessment as well. We do a 4-day training course from Oxford University. So we do that kind of support as well with postural assessment and managing the client groups, helping the clinicians to find out what is the right piece of equipment. It could be simply a molded wheelchair, or it could be a sleep system for the patients.
Right, okay. You kind of do that assessment and work out exactly what would fit their needs the best.
Absolutely.
And then advise from that.
Yeah.
That must be quite fulfilling for you.
It is. It is quite challenging, but at the same time, it is quite rewarding as well.
Well, what are the challenges you face?
I would say one of the biggest challenges that we face, if it is a Chaseley, is the resources. Because it is a charity organisation, we are a bit limited with the resources. But I have got a wonderful CEO, my home manager, Emma Rispai. She's a wonderful lady, very helpful, always enthusiastic and proactive with whatever needs we need. She's always there to help us with that. Yeah. But still, things are a bit limited here.
Of course, yeah. I mean, when you're a charity, you've got to rely on fundraising. I know Jodie does a great job trying.
Yes. She's another lovely lady, really.
Yeah. She does a great job getting the money in, which is really important. So, anyone listening, please, just contact Jodie to support the Chaseley Trust. They're
That's right.
They're a great place in Eastbourne. I've met some of the residents here, and I interviewed them a while ago. I met Leanne McCluskey, Paula Sherradi, and Malcolm Jeffries. Malcolm is an incredible character. Well, they're all incredible characters, and I can see the good work you do here.
That's right.
And I think they're private clients, so you may not have spoken to them so much.
Yeah,
but
they're not funded for therapy.
No,
so,
but it's the same. It's the same support you give, isn't it?
Exactly.
So, what do you enjoy about it the most, Bindu? What's the best thing for you?
I'm passionate about working with disabled people having difficulties, any kind of neurological issues. So I'm passionate about working with them. I enjoy loving with these kind of client groups, helping them to promote their independence, their quality of life, and giving whatever little things that I can help them with. Maybe it could be a wheelchair thing, giving them getting them the right kind of a wheelchair. It could be just a splint, referring them to the orthotic team in the again with the Eastbourne Hospital. Or it could be just with a normal sling. They might sometimes need some help with the slings, things like that.
Yeah, just that attention to detail and care for them, really.
Exactly.
And so moving forward, the work that you do, let's talk about the team that you have. Do you have people underneath that work with you? Work with?
So my team consists of 3 physiotherapists as well as 5 therapy assistants. The 3 physiotherapists are mainly, they are highly skilled with assessing treatment as well as managing the neurological client groups. They understand what the patient's needs are.
Okay.
They all have a goal-specific short-term as well as long-term goals as well as a therapy plan. So they are quite specialized in assessing the treatment needs as well as coming up with a comprehensive care plan and ensuring that we deliver those care plans in a safe environment.
Yeah, and they're fully trained and
so are the therapy assistants as well. They are competent. They all had a robust induction. They are quite competent. They understand the clinical reason behind specific with specific short-term goals or long-term goals, and why we are doing specific intervention in a different way. Because the brain is a complex organ, as well as it has got the functions is quite variable. Every single patient here should have a short-term goal, which is mainly goal-oriented, which is specific to them, and based on that, they all should have a different therapy interventions as well.
Yeah, the brain is that's a different story. I mean, to learn that, but I see your point. Everyone is different, aren't they? And everyone's got different needs.
Yeah, the presentation is different. It could range from simply a weakness to stiffness. Sometimes they will be having restricted movements, having gait re-education needs. Sometimes they might have balance issue, coordination issues, and the huge impact is the pain. So pain can bring a huge impact on the overall functioning abilities.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I remember when I was speaking to Malcolm, he said he fell through 3 floors.
That's right.
And landed on his side, and he was paralysed from one side.
That's right.
Must have gone through so much pain. So any support you give them is obviously paramount, isn't it? So tell us about the facilities here. You mentioned about the gym.
That's right. Yeah. So we within the therapy department itself, we have got a lovely gym as well with an experienced gym instructor.
Yeah.
He's very lovely. He's very enthusiastic. A lovely chap who's always there, ready and willing to help the staff in whatever ways he can.
Yeah.
We also run workshops as well. We run stalls and all those things, just promoting our service basically. It's a really lovely working with a nice, beautiful team. Really.
Yeah, and it's great to have those facilities. Do people come? I think Emma said that people come from outside to use the gym as well.
They can. So what happens is they have to ring Chaseley, obviously, either to me or they can ring David directly, who is the gym instructor.
Right.
They just want to explore what are the facilities available here. So we have got lovely, quite advanced equipments here, and David can explain or may perhaps do an induction as well to these client groups. And if they're happy, they can continue with the sessions.
Is there a swimming pool? Is there a pool down there in your gym?
We don't have a pool.
No.
But this is something that we have a plan in future.
Be great. Yeah. There's more fundraising to pay for the swimming pool.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you, Bindu. That's great insight on what you do as a therapy services manager. And we'll be putting this out on our channel, so it gives people in the area a little bit of an idea of what goes on at the Chaseley Trust and how you really support people. Just one last question. How many people do you look after on a daily basis or a monthly basis? Or?
So altogether, Chaseley has got 56 residents, but at the moment we are down with 2, so 54 residents.
Wow.
But they all are not funded for therapy.
No.
We only have like 26 or 27 therapy funded residents. And beside this, we also have 28 outpatients. So this is excluding the community visits that I do. So we also go out for home visits.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that's excluding the outpatients. So I've got 28 outpatients,
wow.
and then I've got 14, not 14, it's 21 actually.
Yeah.
21 home community patients.
Yeah. How'd you fit it all in?
Oh gosh, as I said, it's a bit challenging, but it's rewarding. I love working with these client groups.
Yeah.
As I said, every little smile that I can bring to their face is really rewarding for me.
I can imagine.
For them, I believe.
Yeah, no, I can understand. So that's great. Thank you, Bindu. It's been great to chat to you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And we'll see you for another podcast soon. Thank you.